So you've got your thread and you've got your needles, and the other really big piece of our bead weaving world is obviously you have to have something good to cut your thread with, which sounds like it should be really simple, right? Hello, scissors. But the thing is, we want to be able to get it really close in and tight to the beadwork because you don't want those little tails sticking out of your beadwork. And then the other thing is that if you're like me and most of the beading world, I shouldn't say that, but a significant portion of the beading world who uses Fireline, Fireline can be a little tricky to cut. And so sometimes you want special tools or things that are specifically made to cut Fireline to make it that a little bit easier on yourself. So let's take a look at some of the cutting tools that I have around. The thing that I still use most often is this, and it's just a little simple, cheap, I think I sell them for $2 or $3, somewhere in there. Some people will call them pearl shears, we call it, or snips. You sometimes hear them called snips. And it's just a very simple and easy cutter. And I like it because it's small, it's compact. Now, they do wear down, and so you do start getting them blunted over time, and so I probably go through maybe 3 or 4 pair a year. Now remember that I also do more beading than the average person, but when they get dull because they're so inexpensive, I just throw them away and I get another pair. One of the tips for using this kind of scissors on Fireline or Wildfire is you want to hold some tension on the thread when you cut it. So don't just kind of try to, when it's all loosey-goosey off here, cut it. Now, of course, because I'm on camera, it cut that time, but usually it won't cut real well. What you have to do is kind of hold that nice and straight and taut, and then you can get a good cut on it. So that's the cheap and easy way to do it. Now, if you start wanting to get a better tool, this is the next thing that I like to use, and these are some Xuron cutters that were developed to cut Fireline, and they are wonderful. They cut Fireline like butter, and it just makes it really super easy to get a nice clean cut on your piece. The downside of this particular set of pliers, or this set of cutters, is that the tip on this is fairly thick when you're talking about getting in close to the beadwork. And the Xuron people are fabulous, and they listen to us bead weavers, and they now have a new tool that's about to come out, which is kind of the next generation of Fireline cutters. And this they developed, it's got the same fabulous cutting action, but it's got a nice smaller tip so that you can get into your beadwork quite a bit more tightly. And so this is coming out in roughly February of 2014. I will have them for sale on my website as soon as they are available. This is a prototype that she had me test out for her. So I'm really excited to see that coming out. Something else that people will talk about, which I don't have here, to cut Fireline is a Fisker's scissors. So like the kids' safety scissors. Again, I think that gives it a pretty decent cut to it, but they usually will have blunt tips on them, and it can be a little hard to get in nice and close to your beadwork. This is kind of the newest entrant into the world of cutters, and it's actually not a cutter, it's a burner. This is the Berkeley Fireline model. There's other models out there that are bigger that are called thread burners, and they are really nice because it actually melts the Fireline or burns the thread, and it will get right up next to your beads when it happens. This particular piece, you just pop this, a little tip comes out of the center, and maybe you can see that there, it's glowing red at the tip. And you would just put that next to your thread. Let's see here. I'll just do this. And so there we go. It just burnt it really quick and fast, and then when you release it, it recedes back into the tool so that you won't accidentally burn yourself, and cools down again right away. The only downside of the burner, because I'm a new recent convert to the burner scared me for a while because I tend to be afraid of hot things, or you can probably see it, you've probably seen it. I've got a burn scar here on my hand from when I was a kid, so hot things scare me. But the more that I've used this, the more I realize that I absolutely love it and adore it. The one downside to it is when it does burn, it leaves just a little glob of, it creates like a ball. It balls up on the tip here. And so you can't use this end with the balled up tip to get into your needle, to thread your needle, because it's in the way. So you would still need some kind of cutter to cut that off to get a nice clean end there to thread your needle. So burner, the professional tools, or your little tin snips. And all of these are available for sale on my website at jillwisemandesigns.com. So try various things out. You'll find other things and try them, because you never know when you're going to find like the next magic thing. And if you find something great, let me know about it.